All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another week. Look at us. We are doing so well. I'm live checking a score right now just to see. I
I'm
don't
so
think it's going
excited
to
to
ruin
see.
the pod. Okay. All right. I did all
Did
right. Did
you did
all
all
right.
right?
Just
All
fine.
right.
Just fine.
What'd you get on it?
53 out of 57. So a
Oh,
couple
that's
points
really good.
off.
What is that, like
And
a A
I knew
minus?
I was going to get it. I knew I was going to get a couple of those points off. So I am unbothered by that.
Dude, there is a cat in our backyard.
Oh, cute. What type?
It's a collar. There's a cat. There's a collar on the cat.
Is
It
a
looks
collar
like
on the cat? The cat is collared? A collared
looks like a
cat?
tabby cat.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That's nice.
Hi,
I don't,
buddy.
yeah, you're right. I don't think I've ever seen a cat like meander through the birdhouse backyard. I've definitely seen, bunnies and squirrels and birds. Oh, do you have the bird feeder set up still or ran
It's
out of bird feed
we
still?
ran out
No
of bird
bird feed.
feed. Never got a bird feed after we ran out.
Nuts.
Oh, he left. Shoot,
Well,
someone opened the window.
I was wearing my I'm on my way to Chick-fil-A hat and my Disneyland shirt. So I was quite the character. I had quite the look rocking today.
All white, huh?
Um, yep, all white. My pants weren't white though.
Oh,
But anyways, dog update. How's doggo?
dog is good. We went on her first walk today around the neighborhood.
What? Are you serious? That's wow. That's good. That's
Well,
good.
the vet told me to wait until she gets all of her shots in case she runs
Sure.
into any
Runs
dogs,
into another
but
dog, right? I remember that. And
I
so
just
you're
feel
just
like
letting her out around the backyard.
before today, yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
And then
cool. So how was she? Was she excited?
I put a collar on her for the first time today, and I'm gonna keep it on her going
A
forward.
collared dog to go with your
Collar dog.
collared cat.
I know. Oh, the cat is
What
still back there,
collar?
huh?
I'm collar blind. Michael Scott, remember that quote?
Oh, John, you crack me up, man.
All right.
Um,
All right. Sorry.
but no, it's a really dumb collar my mom bought her, and I can't complain because the collar is free, but it's a pink collar with diamonds on it, and it looks really cringy. And
I
so
you're a girl dad now, man.
I
So I gotta
know.
get used to it.
Walking around the neighborhood, I figured people would think, oh, his girlfriend probably bought his dog that
Oh,
collar.
1,000%.
That's what
No
I'm
doubt.
hoping for. So when she did
They're
really good, she
definitely
didn't.
thinking it's your girlfriend's dog.
Yeah, that's what I think. So that way I'm okay. But no, she did a great job today.
Is she with
No,
you
no,
still?
yeah, she's at my feet. She was biting my pants right before the right before we started today. So I'm
Yeah.
great. I'm great she stopped.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, she didn't pee or poop on the trip, but she enjoyed herself and she had a great time.
Okay. Awesome. Wow, we love that. We love that for Panay. Shout out Panay. All right, so we've done our doggo update. I heard
Hmm.
that today is going to be Zachy takeover. Last week was Johnny takeover. This week is Zachy takeover.
Yeah, I
And
have a
so
lot of
Zach, if you
questions.
just want to, if you want to take it away, I don't
We
know,
just jump right
how
in.
do you want to start? Yeah.
I've had a lot of questions this week, and I've been meaning to ask Johnny about, and I'm excited to jump right in and get his perspective on what has happened here.
Hmm.
So my first question I have is, do you watch film of these podcasts? Like when you
I
post them, do you go back and listen to them?
Yes, but not immediately. It's usually like, I still kind of maintain my podcast routine. I feel like I might have said this before on the podcast, but my podcast routine's been like part of my take Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't usually listen to the entire part of my take, just, I honestly kind of skip a lot of the guests. And then I skip some of their segments just because. And then Tuesday is usually a down day. I used to listen to like the Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer podcast. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
just got to notice that someone did some work today. I don't know about that though. Um on the apartment.
Oh, okay,
Um
cool.
sorry, that was breaking news. So Tuesday used to listen to Two Bears, One Cave, but now I guess I don't really listen to anything. I suppose I wrap up the part of my take if I've still got more to listen to. Sometimes I'll maybe listen to Theo Vaughn. Um, and then Wednesday is part of my take. Thursday is usually how I'm at how or your mom's house. And then Friday is part of my take again. So once Saturday rolls around and I don't have any other podcast to listen to, I come back and listen to this one just because
I see.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's usually like it's usually for like mind numbing activities. Like if I'm doing something that's just like cooking or whatever or exercising where I just feel like I need something in my ear to keep me distracted while I'm trying to run or go on the bike, then that's why I need it. But I don't so okay. That was a really, really long way to say yes. Yes, I'm gonna end my story there. Your mic turned off.
Oh my gosh.
Get that mic on, brother.
How did I even do that?
Who knows?
So when you listen back to the podcast, do you think, why did I talk like this? Why did I say this thing in a certain way? Because
Oh yeah, a thousand
okay.
percent. I hope I can improve,
Hmm.
but there is a drinking game out there right now. I posted it on the footchiken YouTube community
Yeah, definitely give it a
posts. I don't
listen.
know. Yeah, if
If you're listening, go take a look at the YouTube community post. Johnny has some
right,
electric
yeah.
stuff on there.
Yep. I've been starting to post. I've been starting to post on that thing. It's fun. So yeah, go to footchicken.com, go to the community tab, and there is a drinking game. Um, and yeah, it's because holy cow, do I say like and not necessarily but what else? What else was there? There's a couple other things on there, but anyway, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm sure everyone already knows. They didn't need reminding. I just needed to listen to that myself and realize, wow, I say this a lot. So hopefully I can, have some more coherent thoughts and talk without all these
Yeah.
interjections
And
um
like
in the
for
future.
me, the note I wrote in my phone was form coherent sentences because whenever I
Oh
listen
yeah.
back to the podcast, I'll start something and then pause and then like lose my train of thought and then go back and to kind of backtrack on what I just said. So I'll go like a 10 minutes of an episode and just hear what I
Yeah.
have to say, and I'm disappointed every single time.
Oh.
I've never listened to me and I've been like, that was a good segment I just did.
Oh no. I think you do some good segments for sure.
Thank you, thank you. But I no, I
I
think it's a good thing that I'm always looking to improve.
Yes, absolutely. We're in the growing days still.
Hmm.
We're still very early on in this podcast. I mean, this is going to be episode 17. So, we still have probably like another 30, 40 episodes before we need to start hitting Joe Rogan numbers. So, I'm not too worried.
Okay, cool. So we got more than enough time.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. I mean, Joe Rogan started on a couch, with
Hmm.
just a couple of mics, just like we're doing here now. So, it's possible. Am I calling us Joe Rogan? No, we are obviously not as interesting as Joe Rogan, but can we be one day? Maybe, maybe.
Speaking of interesting as Joe Rogan, I got some of my questions coming up here. We'll definitely get the
Oh man,
interesting tidbits coming out.
wow, wow, that's exciting.
So we kind of talked about this last night, but I went to a wedding this weekend and everybody asked me, how was the wedding? And I still don't know what to say to it. I know we talked about it a little bit and I get what you were saying, but
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
no,
Every
it's tough.
wedding, unless again, unless anything crazy happened, every wedding is good. And I don't know what differentiates a wedding from another wedding. Like,
Well, hope I'm gonna dox our friends real quick. We got a text. It was funny. It was so funny last night that like two instances of what we were trying to make observations on happened in that same moment. Like you withholding information from me, and
oh
then
yeah.
the wedding thing too. Like immediately after we talked about that, we got that text from our friend S Dog.
Hmm.
We'll try to keep it as anonymous as possible. I feel like I already gave it away, but we got a text from S Dog that said that at this one wedding, the DJ didn't show up.
Hmm.
So
But
in
like,
that scenario, you're not saying, "Oh, the wedding was good," right? I mean, I think you still can, but you'd immediately boom have a talking point to be like, "Oh,
yeah,
the wedding, like the DJ canceled right before, but we did this, and this, and it ended up being a really fun time."
like, but in that situation, that is a perfect lead off because that's something huge that doesn't normally happen at weddings.
Hmm.
At the average wedding, I'm sure everything's normal. So
Right.
you
So
can't lead in
everything
with
goes smoothly.
if everything goes smoothly, it makes it less interesting and it's
Mm.
harder to talk about. But I guess that's better because you want things to go smoothly.
Yeah, the bride and groom definitely want things to go smoothly.
Hmm.
And I think, my comment still stands. I think you just give it the generic, bride looks great. Groom was my buddy from college. I mean, I agree. Like I don't know. I think you just have to talk. Like we were saying, it's kind of just basic conversational skills, right? They just
Hmm.
someone asks you about something, and if you don't want to talk about it, then you give them the one word answer. You just go, yeah, it was good.
But do
Or
you
if
think in that
you are a
situation,
positive, fun person to talk to, which you are, Zach, then you give them the story. You tell them about the wedding. You're like, yeah, it was
that's the
fun
thing, like,
time. Went out. I went all the way over to Grand Rapids for it. Yada, 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 yada.
but again, like, is it more on the person to explain it? So if somebody asks you, how was the wedding? Do you think you have to say it was good and then wait for them to ask questions? Or should you just start rambling off of what happened? Because when my entire family asks me how was the wedding, I would say good. And they always go, you never go into detail about anything. And I was like, well, what do you want to know? Tell me what you want to know, and I'll go into detail about it. It was good.
Yeah, you say it was good. Well, I still think it holds. You say it was good, and then you give, I don't know, a couple highlights, and then that's where the conversation starts. If you go, it was over in Grand Rapids, then I don't know, they can be like, oh, was it in Van Andel Arena or something like that? And you go, no, it was on a golf course. It was a really nice golf course.
Okay.
You
So,
know what I mean?
and you know,
Like you
and
have
like,
to bring up the highlights, and it starts a conversation where then they can ask a question off of something that you said. It's again, like
okay.
I understand what you mean in a way, but it also is just I feel like you're thinking about it too much. It's just a
I am thinking about it too much.
conversation.
It's
Just
just
have a
weddings.
conversation.
It's just weddings I have a problem with talking about because I want to go, oh yeah, I
No,
was in.
first dates, you're kind of bad at talking about them too. You usually
What do you
just go,
mean?
it's
What do you
good.
mean?
We
Oh,
have to we
okay.
have to like pull it out of you. We have to be like, all right,
Well,
tell us
that's the
every
thing.
detail.
That's the thing. Like the dates go well. What specifically do you want to know about? I can tell you everything about it, but I don't know what to go into if we're just talking about a big event that nothing super crazy happened at. So I guess that's my thing. But you know what? With that said, that got me thinking of what was interesting that happened at this wedding, so I can talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know how everybody when they walk down the aisle, they got like a song, or there's a song that's playing in the background, and usually
Yep.
there's like a very typical wedding song.
Yes.
So for this wedding, I thought this was really interesting. The song the bride walked down to was from How to Train Your Dragon. And
Really?
dude,
Wow.
when I first heard that, I was like, oh, that's gonna be really cool. Dude, it was friggin' electric seeing her walk down the
Oh,
aisle to that song.
no
It was
kidding. Was
it
it
was
the
romantic.
TikTok, the classic generic TikTok? How
It
much
it,
your
wa- it
dragon?
wasn't that one. It was the other one. It's called Romantic Flight.
Okay.
If you want to look it up after the pod, and if you're listening,
Yeah.
look up Romantic Flight after the
Yeah.
pod.
If you're listening, look it up right now. We'll pause. We'll give you a
Yep.
second. Okay.
Pause.
Go look it up. Okay, we're back. Wait, so you just listened to it.
Yes. Dude, seeing her walk down the aisle, I almost wanted to like cry. It was so
Wow.
sick.
Wow. So
So,
are you gonna encourage your future wife to do something like
well,
that? Or
that's the thing. I
you're
don't
obviously you gotta let her find her own path.
she would pick her own song, but I wish so I'm so happy they did it because I know how awesome because that moment was so awesome.
Yeah, yeah, you
But I
gotta
almost wish
trust
they
us.
didn't do it because I want to do it now.
No,
And
I
like
think they'd be honored that you
I don't want to
mimic.
I don't want to copy them. I'll ask
The
them because it
sincerest
was
form of flattery is copy, right? That's a saying.
I hope somebody recorded that because I want that video of I felt like it literally felt like a movie, man. Oh,
See, I when I was young, I always wanted to walk down the aisle. Not okay, this isn't necessarily a wedding, but I always wanted like the grand entrance of the Star Wars. At the very end of Star Wars in the throne
yeah.
room
Uh-huh.
when they're playing that song. I always wanted, I don't even know what, but maybe
Oh,
graduation,
graduation would be sick.
Presidential Medal of Honor or Congressional Medal of Honor, something like that. Um, but I guess my follow-up then is, do you think would that be a good wedding song, or is that a little too much into your face?
Star Wars?
Yeah, the Star Wars one. They're
I think for you, that's totally fine. I think it might
okay
be a little weird for the bride to do it because
for a
she's like,
man. But I don't, does a groom? The
but
groom doesn't really necessarily walk down the aisle,
well,
right?
you walk first, I think. You walk
Uh,
down the aisle first.
okay. Well, I'm not gonna do it alone. I'm not gonna do it. I just like always. I always liked the idea of
The idea of that.
that because it was
Hmm
so cool in Star Wars seeing it for the first time, obviously.
hmm
But
And that got me thinking, like maybe we just for the wedding, the conversation we were having earlier, what do I say was how was the wedding? How do you
yeah,
answer
yeah.
that? You
Bring
just
that up.
say your favorite parts of the wedding, even if they aren't necessarily different.
Yeah,
Just say like, oh, they had this really good beef. Oh, what is it? Braised beef. So it's like start saying things
yeah,
you like about the wedding. So I guess to
yeah.
answer the question, that's what I'm gonna do going forward. And with dates, I'll do that too. But it was just hard for me to think of specifics what I loved because I loved it all. Everything was great.
That's a
So
cop out answer.
I gotta find my
I
favorite
loved it all.
parts. I did love it all, but I got to answer the question, how was the wedding? I'm gonna find my favorite parts and just talk about those.
Yeah, talk about your favorite. I mean, it's again, it's normal conversation. You talk
Hmm
about your favorite parts, and then you're not wrong. There is some expectation that the person you're talking to will ask further, will push on. But it's again, it's just basic conversation. If you give it like the it was good or and that's it, then the person you're talking to is probably just going to be like, "Oh, he doesn't really want to talk about it. I'll move on and talk about something else."
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna be super in depth now when people ask
Yeah,
me
well,
because I there's still some people who haven't asked me about the wedding yet, and
okay.
when they do, I'm gonna
Oh,
give
okay.
them
You're gonna
a
yeah.
rundown.
Try it out. Try it out. Try a different couple. Try a couple different
Yeah,
conversations.
because again,
Just see what fits. See what works for you best.
I went 0 for 5 with my family with how the wedding was. Like everyone was like, okay, thanks, and so 6 through
Oh, for
10, whoever
that's
asked me there, I'm gonna go 5 for 10.
5 for 10. Good. 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 I like that.
And
How
then yeah,
was
so
it being
after
in the wedding? That was your second time being in the
second time
wedding.
being the wedding, dude, being a groomsman is literally the best thing ever.
Oh man,
Because I,
I can't wait.
in terms of like stress levels, I honestly think it's bride number one, maid of honor number two, bridesmaid three, then the groom, then best man, then
The
groomsman,
mom of the bride.
the mom of the bride, and then the groomsman. Dude, we get all the glory, and I didn't do a single thing.
Oh,
The wedding
electric.
party had to be at the venue at 2:30. Though the bridal party or whatever, the maid of honor, the bride and the
Hmm.
bridesmaids got there at 9 a.m. to get
Whoa.
ready.
Wow.
And they stayed there
But
all day.
they do up like their makeup and their hair and all
Hmm
that, right? So
Yeah.
that's what takes so long.
I woke up at like 10 a.m., got breakfast with the groom, left there at like 2, got to the venue at 2:35. We were late and
Oh,
we were chilling. We were chilling.
electric, electric.
And I put my suit on and was like, and just took a couple pictures and then I got to hang out until the wedding started.
Yeah.
Dude,
So did
it is the best.
I guess we kind of already talked about it, but you guys like went out the night before.
Hmm
I know he Isaac didn't have his bachelor party the night before though, right? Because that was
No,
the
his
thing. You know the movie Hangover?
yeah,
It seems like such a ballsy move to have your bachelor party like 2 nights before the wedding.
that
That
is
seems
crazy.
seems
Yeah.
crazy, but also probably would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean probably, but the risk I think would just outweigh because the bachelor party is gonna be fun regardless of what you do.
Sure.
2 days before is a bit risky depending on what you're doing.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we went out the night before. Then you like this too. So the wedding ended at like 10:30.
Yeah.
Isaac and Libby we're telling everybody, hey, come back to our house. We'll do a little pregame. We're gonna go out again.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That they are them.
They are them.
That couple that that couple is him. They're Timothy. I don't know what you call them, but I love that. I love that from Isaac and Libby.
Yeah, so they got back at 11:15. They were pretty tired. Obviously, they had a very
Yeah,
long
yeah.
day. And I was kind of like, guys, where are we going? This place is closes at noon. This or at midnight. This place is closed at 12:30. This place closes at 2. What are
Yeah.
we thinking? Where are the vibes at? Because I was ready to go out because
Yeah, yeah.
I was still wearing the suit. I was feeling good. Was dancing all
Oh,
night. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Suits. You remember how Barney Stinson
oh,
always wears a suit
yeah.
in the bar?
Yeah.
Dude, wearing a suit in the bar is electric.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually going to ask you. That was going to be my follow-up question is how is that? Because obviously you see Barney in the suit
Hmm.
and I can't imagine going out Friday night to rock on third wearing a suit.
It does depend on the bar. Where we were, it was very loud. I don't know. I think it's louder the bar.
You can also get away with it though if everyone else is wearing a suit
That's true. Yeah, there
because
were a
it's,
lot of the
it's
people.
just like, oh, it's a wedding party. It's clearly a wedding party. There
Yeah.
does have to be a little something special about you
Yeah.
if you take it. If you wore a suit to rock on third, I'm sure you'd get some looks. You definitely
Hmm.
attract a couple some of the female gays, but um it's definitely a power move for sure. But it felt good to do it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it so much, and I want to do it all the time now. But
Do it.
again, like you said,
Send it.
there has to be a reason. Because if you're just wearing a suit at the bar, again, people are going to give you some looks, and
Well,
I don't know.
that's a whole Stinson argument is the suits are cool.
Hmm.
You
But
should wear them all the time.
I think it makes it more special if you have a reason to wear the suit.
Right, right.
So, and people will come up to me, they go, "Oh my gosh, why? What's with the suit?" And I was like, "Guys, those two guys got married." And they were like, "That's awesome." And then this girl grabbed my boutonniere and just sniffed it.
Oh,
Like she grabbed my chest, brought it to her
yeah.
face, sniffed it,
Nice.
and then
Hot.
walked away.
Oh, was
So
she
I
cute?
never got the yeah, but I mean, I never
No,
got to figure out what that was about.
rats. Well, she was seeing if it was a real or fake flower, I suppose.
I would have liked to maybe been like, "What was that about?" Just to confirm, because now
Yeah,
I'll
she
never know.
just straight up walked away.
But
Yeah.
that has inspired me. Whenever we get married, I know we say this all the time, but we're going out the night of the wedding too.
Oh yeah,
We'll consummate
a
the marriage at a
thousand
later
percent.
time.
You got the rest of your life to consummate that, man.
Exactly. You got one night to go out on the town in the suit. And then another thing funny that happened at the after party at the bar
Mhm.
was all right, this story may or may not have happened. The story did not happen actually. This is a
Oh,
fabricated story that didn't happen. So, with that disclaimer in mind,
I'm excited
I
for this.
I'm gonna bleep out some of the big stuff. Basically, I was talking with one of the guys in the wedding party and about a certain issue that, happens. Like
Okay, okay. Yep,
we'll
yep,
say,
yep. Sure,
we'll
sure.
say, we'll say it was like a tension, I needed Adderall. We'll say I was looking to get some Adderall just because
Okay,
I have a hard time focusing. I wasn't looking to get Adderall, but I was just telling the guy I have a hard time focusing.
okay. I think I know where
And
this is going, but maybe I don't. I feel like I
so
do.
so this guy was like, "Oh, do you need Adderall?" So I never said I needed Adderall. I just said I have a hard time focusing.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you need Adderall?" And I said, "I've never taken Adderall. Not really." The guy's like, "Give me your hand." I gave him my hand. He just puts two pills in my palm and says, "Take those, boys." It's my first
Whoa.
ever deal. I didn't even pay for him.
Wow, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Again,
Zach,
the story
man.
did not happen.
No, this did
This
not.
is
This was all
this is
theoretical. This was a
all
dream.
theoretical. This is a
Exactly
dream
what
I
Zach
had.
said.
But it was first of all, I didn't see him reach into his pocket. I don't know if he just had those in his hand waiting. I don't know where they came from.
They're in his sleeve. Like a magician. He just, they were up his sleeve.
It was a freaking magic trick, man.
And so that was are we talking like are we actually talking Adderall or are we talking a different problem?
It was a different problem, but
Okay. The
for the
problem that
sake
we've
of the
talked about
story,
before. Eating
yeah,
cake.
yeah.
Okay. Was that too
So
much? Did you want me to bleep
no,
that out?
no,
Okay.
that's fine. So anyway, I just thought that was so crazy. This guy was like, come here, hand," and then just plopped it in my hand,
That is crazy.
and I was just like,
That's a move.
were you carrying those on you the entire day today? Like they were in his suit jacket. We wore the suit for the first time today.
Yeah.
So what was his mind at today? You know?
He was
Ah,
uh he was hoping to do some studying, I suppose.
true, true. I guess. But that's really all the notes I had. So that's we can conclude the Zach takeover. I just wanted to share those
Oh
fun
man,
stories
it
from the
wasn't even that
wedding.
long. That was only like half the episode. Not even. Less. Less than half.
Less.
Yeah. I was hoping for a Zachy takeover, man.
Zachy took over for the first half, and now it's Johnny takeover.
Oh. Every episode's Johnny takeover. Um,
Well,
what's up?
I was gonna say, do you have any fun story? I got some other stuff I can talk about too.
Oh, talk, please do. I don't have any fun stories right now.
So, Ned and I have officially decided on a Halloween party date,
Oh, wow.
and
Exciting.
we have made the decision to go all out this year.
Oh,
And I know you don't want to hear that 'cause you're probably not going to be here for it.
that stings. Okay, so what does that mean? What does going all out mean?
We made a grocery list of what we need to buy from Party City, and it's a
Okay.
lot. And we made a
Oh,
guest
wow.
list of everybody who's
So
invited.
like tons of decorations and stuff.
A lot of deckies.
Oh, wow. Are you gonna drive out to Ann Arbor to get the massive pumpkins?
No,
Oh,
I we're spending so much money on the decorations. I can't justify a $40 pumpkin or $60. How much were the pumpkins again?
it was 40.
40.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can justify a $40 pumpkin with everything else I have to buy.
Yeah, it's a good price, man. That's all I'm saying.
But so the big thing we're gonna get this year is a fog machine.
Oh, nice. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we're also thinking about doing like dry ice, so you can put it in your drink and it'll like fog up or smoke up.
Yeah, where'd you put the dry ice in? Like well, I
Where would
guess
you
what
put
would
it?
the effect be? Yeah, what would the effect be? You'd be like putting dry ice.
In like a beer, and so it stays cold, but it looks like the beer is smoking. Have you seen dry
Like
ice,
you
man?
put it in your beer.
Yeah,
I have seen dry ice. I mean, are you supposed to drink
it
it?
looks spooky. It looks spooky. Well, they make edible dry ices,
Oh, okay, okay.
so
Okay, I see what you
we're
mean
getting
now. It
those.
looks spooky. Okay. Oh, okay. So, okay, maybe it's
So,
coming together. So you're not okay, well, how about this? Are you gonna do
mhm.
like a jungle juice and then you have like this big pot of jungle juice, you put the dry ice in there.
Oh,
Maybe it looks like a witch's cauldron or something like that. And
that's good
then it
too.
looks, spooky because it's like this witch was cooking up her potion and everyone's drinking that.
That is a lot better than we were just thinking like people put their like grab an ice, put it in their individual drink. But I like that so much more because I'll probably take less, but we'll probably have to buy less dry ice. I'm gonna write that down.
Maybe,
Thanks
yeah,
for
yeah.
that. Thanks for that idea.
Yeah, no, that's my idea. Um,
Cauldron. And then so after we get
spider webs. Are you gonna do spider webs?
I'm going to Party City, looking at every cool decoration I can find and
All
decking
right.
out the interior of the home.
Look, you got to start now. That's what I learned.
I know.
Did I tell you that there's this lady at the hospital that I was helping out with. She was obsessed with Halloween. And this was back in July, and she was already buying Halloween decorations. And she told me, "You have to buy now. You have to buy.
Whoa.
If you
I
want the
mean,
good stuff, you have to buy
mhm.
now." And I was like, "Whoa, okay. I'm not going to, but I appreciate your tip."
I don't know if I necessarily agree because again, who's buying out all the good stuff in July?
People like
I don't,
her.
but there's still great. I see great stuff all the time. I mean, I'm sure every day you wait, stuff you lose out on stuff, but
Yeah.
July seems way too early.
So I guess, for example, she wanted those like 12-foot tall skeletons.
Yeah, I know the ones. Our
Are
neighbors
you,
have those.
yeah, are you gonna get one?
I want to get one eventually, not this year, just because they're really expensive.
Yeah.
But they're not off the market. They're still here. They're just
Mm.
too expensive for me right now. And plus, I got to pay for other stuff. Um,
So are you gonna focus on deckies indoor deckies or outdoor deckies?
so I'm gonna do the same outdoor duckies we had last year.
Okay.
And then because
So you're
this
gonna
year we're just
focus on indoor deckies.
indoor deckies just for the
Sounds good.
party.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yep. For sure.
Obviously, if I see like a cool outdoor decky, I'm gonna get that.
Hmm.
But primarily just because we're planning on having a lot of people come. Our guest
Yeah.
list is a lot. So,
Wow. Same. I want you got to shoot me this guest list. I'm excited for seeing it,
all right, I'll text it to you after the
or
pod.
excited to see it. I don't know what I just said, but
And then we're doing what we did with
So what is the date? I suppose I cut you off there too. What was the date? Drum roll.
if any listeners want to come, it's October 26th. Leave a comment if you want to come.
Oh,
We'll send you the address, date, time, location, all that super
all
fun stuff.
right.
It's the same
October
day as the Michigan
26th.
State game though.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. I like that.
So we'll have the game on here too. As
Hmm.
as long as I'm hoping it's not actually a night game, just because I feel like people will go to the game, and so they
Yeah,
won't
people are gonna go to the
party.
game. I mean, it's the Michigan State game. It's
Hmm.
Halloween weekend, so
Right. So that's why I'm a little nervous. People might not come, but if it is a night game, we'll have it on here, so it'll be fun
hmm
too.
yeah, I think that's always good to have the
And
game
then
on.
we're doing what we did for we're doing LT and Jason. You know how they had like the Google vote thing and the person with
Yes.
the most vote, then they had like individual awards.
Yes.
So last year we just did the third best costume, second best costume, and first best. We're gonna do the Google vote this year, have multiple awards,
Good idea.
and I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's
So
a good idea.
I might make those what is it called? Those how girls make those designs for invitations. What's it called? Oh gosh, what's it called?
I
You know
have
what I
no
mean?
clue. No.
It's like
Face
it's like a
the Facebook invite.
no, it's not a Facebook invite. Hang on. I'm not gonna remember what it is. I don't want to look it up right now. But I'm thinking about making like the formal invitation to send to people. Like not via mail, like text it to
Mm.
them, but just send it out, just send the cool invites to make get people amped up for this and have like all
Like
the
the
awards that
happy
are
Cocktober stuff.
no, no. People, if you know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comment. Hang on. Johnny, spiel for a second. Let me find it.
All right. No, I'm excited. We had a great Halloween party last year. It was a lot of fun. I had an instance though where I kind of was ready to go to bed. So I went to bed early and I tried sleeping at the birdhouse while the party was going on. And I know the party wrapped up. I forget what time, but I know that it wrapped up, but I couldn't convince my brain to fall asleep still. Like it still was for some reason alert and it wouldn't let me fall asleep. It kept saying that there's something going on outside, even though it had wrapped up. And so um I had a sleepless night. It was kind of rough. And I tried to like go for a walk to walk it off. You know, sometimes you can walk it off.
Yeah.
It did not work. So I did have a good time at the Halloween party, but uh it was a tough soccer day the next day.
Yeah. Also, okay, so I'm pretty sure it's called a Canva. Have you heard of those?
I have heard of the app Canva, yes, but no, I've
I
not
think Canva
heard
is where
of a
they make
lady making an
invitations.
invite
I
on
th
that.
I think that's what they do.
Okay, interesting.
Or at least a lot of invitations I get I know have been made on Canva.
Hmm.
So that I'm glad I figured that out. Thank you for
Yep, we figured it out,
installing
ladies and
that.
gents.
So yeah, I think I'm making a Canva for it and just blasting it out. I might even put it on my Instagram, dude. We'll get everybody
Oh,
to
put it
come.
on your Instagram for sure.
Put it
Put it.
everywhere.
That's fun. Yeah. Got to get the big guest list.
Should I
That was
do should,
always
should
the
I do
dream, right? That was the dream
yeah.
for the birdhouse to have a massive party.
Should I do like the
Invite the neighbors. I think that'd be fun too. If you knock down the door and be like, "Look, we're having a big Halloween party. Please come over if you want. Sorry for any noise."
wow, okay, okay. Emerson and Easton get them in their costumes.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be funny.
So yeah,
Are you gonna make it like an event? Like you cook dinner and
oh
then
man.
people start showing up and I don't know, maybe there's like an exclusive, maybe there's an asterisk on your can, but you put a little asterisk and be like,
Uh-huh.
scan this QR code if you want to come early or something like that. I don't know.
What a
I
little VIP?
Yeah, a little VIP guest list. Yeah. Put a little VIP guest list or something like that, and then give give only people that you want to invite to dinner like a password and give them a
Wow.
password and then have that QR code and maybe take it to some protected Google sheet that describes or
Dude,
some other
that's
protected environment. I don't know. I just think that'd be funny.
yeah.
But anyways,
I like
just
it.
another idea. But no, that's that's the dream. I'm excited for you boys. I hope
Yeah.
that's a good time.
And
Definitely send me some pictures.
if you want the invite, leave a comment on the YouTube channel, text
Yep.
Johnny or myself, we'll get you
Should I
in.
post it on the YouTube community?
Do it, do it, do it. I gives more people a reason to go to the community page because
Yeah.
community page is rocking right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Halloween though, do you know what you're gonna be for Halloween? Have you thought about that at all? Are you gonna dress up at all this
I don't
year?
think I'm gonna dress up. I hate to say it, but
Ah,
I just don't really have any reason. I do. We've got a running list, you know. Oh, there we go again. I said it. Dang it.
what happened?
I said, that was one of
Oh,
my things that I was trying to cut down on. We've got, Zach and I have a running list. I think I've already kind of added a couple things. Let me see. But now that I've looked at them, there a
our
couple of
duo
them kind of
costume?
stink. Yeah.
What like
Okay. So,
what? Our duo costumes were we had a lot of good ideas on there.
oh no, the ones that we did. The I'm talking about the list. You know that I don't know about you, but I also keep my
Oh, you have a separate
um.
list?
Yeah. No, I've keep it on that list.
Oh,
Have you
oh, I
noticed
see.
that?
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, yeah,
So, anyways, so some of our couple costumes. So the ones that we've done in the past were
yeah.
Top Gun, Karate Kid, and Ferris Bueller. Last year we did not do one together. That was the first. Nah, that wasn't the first time. And I mean, I think it's been like 3 out of the past 5 years we've done one
Yeah.
properly, right? Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I think so.
And then a couple ideas on our list are Gaston and LeFou. I think the more than words guys would still be pretty funny. You'd have to
It's
learn how to
funny.
play guitar though, okay? So you could
I
like
I
strum it along or something.
I learned for this bit, man.
That'd be funny. Men in Black, I think would be cool, just dressing up in suits. At one point we had Jim Harbaugh and Mel Tucker on there.
Gonna go ahead and delete
That's
that.
that's tough. That's tough. We'll cross that out.
Uh,
Police officers, Batman and Joker, Fogel and Michael Cera from Superbad. That was okay. Nacho Libre and his sidekick. Obviously, I'd be Nachos. That could be the sidekick. Agent
obviously,
Smith and Neo, Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Kenan Oppenheimer is on here. You must have added that one.
I added that one. Oh,
We'll
I thought
cross
that
that one
was
out.
funny.
That
Come
one's
on,
not. No,
man.
it's not relevant anymore. It was good
Oh,
at the time, but it's
it
not
was.
relevant anymore.
I think it's even funnier to do it this year.
My the other one that I'm in love with, and I don't know how to make it happen, but the other one I'm in love with is the Mick Jagger and David. I think I've maybe said this a million times, but Mick Jagger and David Bowie from Dancing in the Street, their music video. I just
Yeah,
think
you
that'd be
showed us that one.
hilarious. I think that'd be so funny. And then my individual ones are an Apple Store employee, which now that I'm looking at it, I can't help but think that's a terrible idea.
Why? I kind of like it.
Uncle, I don't know. I don't like it anymore. It must have been funny at the time for some reason, but I don't like it anymore. Uncle Iroh. I don't think
That's
I
a good
could pull
one.
that off though. You kind of have to be a little tubby.
Well, you just get a little fat suit. You'll be
Maybe a little
a-okay.
fat suit. Um, I tried being a demon slayer. It did not work, so I'm crossing that one off the list.
You're just gonna give up on that dream?
Yeah, I'm gonna give up on that dream. Bruno Mars from Uptown Funk. How
That's
fun
really
would that
funny.
be? That would
That'd be
be a
really
fun one.
funny. I like
Bobby
that a lot.
Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda from his music video. That one would be kind of
Dude,
funny
that's
too.
so good.
Just carry around like the styrofoam cup. And then a war boy from Mad Max. I think that might be a tough one. That would be like an award winning. You'd have to be
Yeah.
going to win an award with that one.
Yeah, that'd be going really hard. But again, like those are great lists. Um,
I
again,
kind of want to do Bruno Mars from Uptown Funk. I think that's number one on my list right now.
well, with it,
If you made me be someone right now, I would say that.
I think the only thing is, can you grow a mustache, or would you get
Does he
a
have a stash
mustache?
in that?
I think so. Doesn't he normally have a stash?
Not in the Uptown Funk video.
No
Right?
way. Is this like? Oh no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought for sure he did because normally he does have a mustache. Wow. All right,
Bruno Mars having a mustache? I think you're off on that.
no way. Is this like the
Maybe
Fruit
in
of the
more
Loom?
recent times. Maybe in more recent
Maybe I'm thinking
times.
Bruno Mars mustache.
Because I see what you're saying. His Twitter profile, he's got a stash, but The rest of these pictures, it's like 60% no stash.
Maybe this is like the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Huh.
Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein Bears. Yeah. Okay. Well, Johnny, hand up. I want you to be Bruno Mars, man. This is a fire fit.
I know. I look. I'm probably not going to any parties or anything like that. But the next Halloween party I go to, so maybe next year,
Hmm.
that's my goal.
Well, I like it a lot. If you were to, I like Bobby Shmurda and Bruno Mars from Uptown Funk. Give me all the music video people you got, and
Right.
that's what we got to
I
do.
think being a music video person would be fun. But you got to find the right ones. You know.
Exactly. And you
Oh
friggin'
my God!
nailed
I
it
said
with Bruno
again.
Mars. All right, we got to keep a counter on you every time
Yep.
you say you know.
Drink. Everyone take a shot. Take a shot. Yeah, I can't. I gotta find some of my other favorite music videos. I mean, obviously, More Than Words, guys.
Hmm.
That one's a good one. Um,
And then we're doing a very similar
oh, don't know, but yeah, go
setup
on.
as we did last year. So like
Okay.
people talking in the kitchen. We're gonna have the beer pong table in the basement. We do have to buy a tarp though, because I don't want, you
Yes,
know,
right. Yeah, it's all carpeted now.
get the carpet now. And then should we do shoes off? What should we do there? Do you think it depends
Um,
if it's raining or if it's wet outside?
oh, that's an interesting. I mean, it's the birdhouse. I said I mean again. It's the birdhouse. And I'm not living there, so you guys can do whatever you want. I think shoes on is fine. I
Shoes
think
on. I think it I
at Jason and LT's was that shoes on or shoes off?
that was big shoes off.
Okay.
No one was allowed to have shoes on.
Wow. So then you can do shoes off then if you'd like. But
We'll see. Well, if it is snowing out and
sometimes
it's
shoes are part of the costume, you know?
that's true. That's true.
Said it again.
I'll make a decision. I'll put it on the Canva.
Okay. Yeah, put it on the Canva.
So I actually
Don't you
posted
worry,
I
everyone. When this Canva goes out, everything will be prepped and ready.
I'm looking forward to it. This will be a good time. I'm excited for Halloween.
So how many, the guest list is big. How many people are you expecting?
Well, expecting and inviting are different situations
Okay.
here.
Let's start with inviting then.
Inviting, I think it's 50.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a good amount.
I think the party we had last year had 25 people there,
Okay.
which was I thought was a really good number.
Yeah, it's decent.
I'm looking forward to this group picture we do again. I love doing the group photos in the
Yeah, the group
basement.
photo was good. That was good. Shout.
That and the night before Thanksgiving group photo. I love those
Yeah,
pictures
the night
so
before
much.
Thanksgiving photos, they go hard.
Hmm.
Shout out. Did we do one last year?
So we only actually so at the Halloween party we had 20 people there,
Okay.
and
I mean, that was good. That was good. Amount
the
of
night before
people, I
Thanksgiving
think.
we had 30. And yes, we did have a picture from that last year. Do you not have it?
Oh, wow. Yes. Okay. I forgot that we did it at the birdhouse last year.
Hmm. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah. Good times. That was fun.
yeah. So I'm
I
excited
was
for.
late to that party too. I forget why.
You still made the photo, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
made the photo.
you still made it.
I think it was just work, right? I think I just had to work that day.
Yeah, probably. You're
Got home late from work, working hard.
well, John. Anything you're looking forward to this week?
This week, no, not in particular. Yeah, nothing crazy between last week and now. Nothing podcast worthy, I suppose I would say. Oh, I mean maybe I could talk about I went and volunteered at a event like a
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what you call it, but it was called an Oktoberfest. So it was just, a 1 day short little community event. I guess that's what you call it. It was a community event and but it was super rainy all day on Saturday, so they didn't really get a great attendance, but I volunteered to do the kids games and it was a riot. It's just you're just letting kids do their go and be chaotic and you just get to watch and it's funny and then they're all, eating candy and all this stuff. And so there's this game that we did called the Cakewalk, which got the kids just totally fired up. So it was musical chairs, and you walked around these carpets that were put in a circle, or rugs, yeah, rugs, small, small little rugs. And you walked around in the circle, and one rug had the a picture of a cake on it. And so they would play some German folk song or something like that, and you'd walk around, and then you'd walk around, and then the person playing the German folk song would just stop. And so you'd have to stop, wherever you were at, and whoever was standing on the cake rug at that time would win
Oh,
a cake. Dude, there was so many cakes. It was crazy. We did not
really?
need that many cakes. Yeah,
Was it, wait, was it like a full cake or like a slice of cake?
full cake.
Full cake?
Yeah, I mean, they had been asking for donations,
Mm-hmm.
and did they get donations? There were a
Really?
lot of cakes.
Did you
Yeah.
get did you get to take one home?
I did not. And I think back on that and I regret it, but it also has to do with my goodbye. And so when I was leaving, before I was leaving, I was playing cars with this little kid. We had two little wind-up cars. And so we were sitting across from each other at like a table, and we were just, doing the wind, like you pull back, said like again, you pull back on the car, and then it zooms forward. And so we were, doing that. And I was telling Zach, I don't know how long that lasts. That could have lasted anywhere from 10 minutes to 40 minutes. Your guess is as good as mine. Oh man, I'm in love with breaking my phone cases.
Did you rip
Anyways,
something?
yeah. So then I ended up checking my watch, and it was a little bit past 3 o'clock. I'd signed up for 1 to 3 tea time, or not tea time, but a position, whatever you call it,
One to
spot.
three tea time works.
1 to 3 tea time. And the other people that were volunteering after me had already arrived. So I was in the clear to go. You know, take a shot again, everyone. You got to stay on top of these. I'm doing it a lot, and we're getting these people hammered. So
I'm missing them, man.
I
I'm so invested in the story. I don't even realize you're saying it.
so I look at my watch, and I kind of say to the kid, okay, I'll do one or two more. So we do one, two more. And then I say, okay, I have to go now. And he just blank faced me. He had no clue what I meant by I have to go. It just did not register. And so I was really trying to make it obvious. Like, I can't play with you. I'm not playing with you anymore. I'm leaving. And it did not register for him. And so thankfully he had an older brother. I mean, this kid was young. Oh, said it again. This kid was young, probably, I don't know, 3, 4. I don't know how smart a 5-year-old is, but I kind of want to say his brother seemed 5 to me. But his
Hmm.
brother also maybe was 8, 7 or 8. Probably
Somewhere in
not
that
9 or
age.
10, I would say. Probably not 9 or 10. But again, I don't know. I just don't know the I can't give a good guess because I I just don't know. So I guess for reference, the little kid was like talking and could form sentences. Wasn't great talker, but he could form sentences, and um sometimes they were obviously incoherent. You just smile and nod and be like, "Yeah, yeah, you're cute. Keep talking. I don't know what you're saying, but sure."
Right
And
on.
so, anyways, his brother was old enough to understand the implication of me leaving. And so he goes, wait, why are you leaving? And I said, oh, I just have to go. And he said, where are you going? And I said, I'm home. I don't know. And so his brother didn't really tell him at that time, but I'm hoping that his brother made it clear and helped him understand what it meant that I was leaving, because he really just did not. It was so funny. I don't know. Maybe it was you had to be there. Like he really just did not understand the concept that this guy that he was, playing cards with. And maybe he didn't care, and maybe that's okay. I did feel a little bit bad as I was walking out, just thinking in the back of my head, did he understand? Did he really know? Is he gonna be upset when he's looking for me, if he looks for me? and he's just is where is that guy? But again, maybe as a kid, that's just one of those things where you can have tons of fun with a stranger. Oh
Hmm.
God, that sounded so bad. Maybe I don't know how to describe it, but it's I guess
Volunteer. You can just say volunteer.
yeah, volunteer. Well, okay, here how
Oh,
about this? I also watched High
yeah.
School Musical over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you saw that, but I rated it on Letterboxd. Go
Oh,
check
you
out my
did.
Letterboxd. Yeah. So, anyways, there's a quote in there from Gabriela Montez where she says, "You know how when you're in kindergarten, you could meet someone for the first time, and 10 seconds later, be playing with them like you're the best friends on the planet Earth." It was
Hmm.
basically like that. I forget what my point was going to be, but maybe as a kid, yeah, I guess that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
just as a kid, you can become best friends with someone and say bye and never see that person again, and it won't have any significant impact on your life.
Hey, I think it definitely had some impact on him. Don't sell yourself short. I'm sure he'll remember that forever.
I don't need, I guess maybe I want him to, but I also feel in my heart I don't need him to. I just think it was funny trying to communicate with this kid.
Right, right.
It's another wake up call to be like, oh yeah, or not a wake up call, but I don't know.
Kids
I don't know
kids
what
are
my point is.
kids are so frustrating to have a conversation with.
Yeah, yeah, they
Because
can be frustrating.
they'll tell
I
you
guess
something.
he was at the knife right at the edge of frustrating to have a conversation with and very cute. Like when you have a try to have a conversation with a really young kid that
Hmm.
again doesn't really know how to speak, it can be kind of cute and fun.
Hmm.
But yeah, anyway, sorry, I cut you off again.
No, you didn't cut me off. I remember seeing this video. I can't remember exactly what happened in it, but the adult was like, "So, do you like bugs?" And he goes, "No, only ants and spiders." And he started naming off insects. I'm like, "Dude, you just said no. What do you mean? Talk normally." No, I'm joking. No, it is. I do think that he probably was like, "Oh, that guy's gone.
Yeah,
Oh my
time to
gosh,
find a new best friend.
yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, there's a cake right there.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's go eat
exactly.
cake."
The attention span is just so
Hmm.
short. It doesn't matter.
So I
That's
wouldn't worry too
volunteer
much
for
about it, but
sure.
I am happy you did that because when we volunteered at the Corton
I
whatever
think it was just Fall
Oktoberfest thing
Fest.
or Fall
Yeah,
Fest, okay.
Fall Fest. Yeah.
Um, I was having a great time, and I think those are the most fun events to volunteer at, just because
Yeah.
it brings you joy putting a smile on on someone's face. This
Yeah, exactly. Gets you out in the public too.
exactly, yeah, uh-huh.
Because I mean, otherwise, what was I going to be doing? I was going to be sitting on my bed watching the Michigan football game, which I love watching Michigan football, but sometimes it's nice to shake it up.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
super easy volunteer event to do, and they're fun. They're fun without fail.
I got one more.
That's my type of volunteering. Go for it. Sorry.
I agree 100% too. Something that's fun. I'll do that any day of the week. But last thing I got before we wrap up here, I had a weird thing this morning. My lip was like numb.
Oh,
Uh,
when you
it was like
woke up.
when I woke up, it was like
Hmm.
bloated. Like when I
Oh,
smiled, it like covered up my my
upper
teeth.
lip or bottom lip or
My bottom right lip was swollen.
weird.
And I don't know. I called my mom because she's a
Yeah.
doctor, and I was like, "What is this? I've never had this happen before."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I don't know. Let's do some benign neglect, and hopefully it'll go away." And I can still feel it. It's kind of numb, but it's definitely swollen a lot less.
Interesting. Spider bite, maybe?
I looked online and they said probably an insect bite or
Yeah.
if an allergic reaction. I'm not
Yeah.
allergic to
Your
anything.
bed sheets, would you be allergic to bed sheets? That what
No
yeah,
no
right?
way
What
my
else would it
yeah,
be?
exactly. And I think I would have like if I was allergic to anything, it wouldn't happen in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So I do think it was probably just something bit me in the night, but there was no like blemish any or anything either. Oop,
Panay?
sorry.
She going crazy?
She might be going in that sicko mode. No mode.
She's going sicko mode.
She's going sicko mode. No, she's okay right now. Ned just got home and she
Oh,
hears
does
him
she get excited
downstairs.
when Ned's
Yeah.
home? Oh, that's nice. All right. I guess my last story is I bought some groceries. And for the first time ever, I'm trying to find new sources of protein.
Okay.
Trying to shake it up, vary it up, get some newness going. So I bought some smoked oysters, some canned smoked oysters.
Whoa. That's crazy.
I was kind of looking for mussels, and I'm really mad because I cannot find this website. I was looking at a website that was suggesting the best seafoods to eat because some seafoods, are high in mercury, and if you have too much of them,
You can
but
get like
even
sick.
then, you can get sick. But even then, it really seems what I've found on the internet, it really seems that's only applicable in young children or women who are pregnant.
Oh,
It
okay.
really
So,
doesn't seem to matter for males. So technically, I could have tuna every night of the week, and according to the internet, maybe maybe I could have some issues, but most likely I'd be fine.
hmm.
Um, then again, you don't really want to have the same food every night. It's kind of it's just
Right,
like if
right.
you had pork every night, that wouldn't be necessarily good for you. If you had
Yeah.
steak every night, that's not good for you. Um, so anyways, I bought these smoked oysters and I was really nervous to have them because I've never eaten canned oysters. I've had
Yeah.
oysters a while back, but it was at a restaurant and it was just an appetizer. So it was only a couple. I just had a couple.
Yeah. Was it expensive, the canned oysters?
Oh, let me see the receipt. I think
Okay. Because in my experience, seafood is upward like the some of the stuff you get can be pretty expensive. And oysters are I feel like are one of those you only eat at fancy restaurants.
all right. Canned smoked oysters. Kroger oysters, 2.69 for a can.
What? How big is this
18
can?
g- 18
Is it like
G's protein.
is it the size of like a tuna can or is it like a can of soup?
Yeah, I'd say about the size of a tuna can.
Oh, okay, okay. Interesting. So
So
do you
there was probably 18. I think there were 18 oysters in there.
wow.
So my review is you need something to dip them in. It was they were getting
Like
tough to eat by the end. They were getting
what do
pretty
you
tough to eat,
what
but
do
it
you
was
dip
it was
oysters
definitely a
in?
good alternative. I'm thinking a cocktail sauce.
Yeah,
So
that
basically
makes sense.
ketchup, but I used barbecue sauce.
hmm.
Uh, didn't really work too well, but I'm thinking a cocktail sauce will definitely be the remedy that I need.
So I'm thinking of all the times I've had oysters, and I think they only put just a couple on them.
Right? It's
Like
usually
usually you
just
get
a
a
couple. So it was
yeah.
pretty intimidating opening up this can. But anyways, if you find this website, leave a comment on the YouTube because I'm trying to find it again. I don't know what it was called. I don't know where I was looking for it, but it was recommending all the seafoods and it recommended mussels. And I couldn't remember if it recommended oysters or not. So I've also been using this app called the Yuka app, Yuka. You scan a barcode and then it kind of gives you some nutritional facts um and stuff.
Mm. Is that the one with the carrot on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I used to
Do you
have the
use
one.
that?
I used to use I went to Fujikate
Oh,
and
is
that
that
one
better?
it does the same thing. I think Yuko is more popular. I was just trying to be different. It's like Uber
Okay.
and Lyft.
Okay.
I
So
think
I,
Yuko
I've been
is
enjoying I've been enjoying using Yuka, and I think Yuka gave it a thumbs up. So I was like, okay, it's probably good then.
well, hey, if you got a thumbs up, that's good.
Right? Okay, it got an excellent score, 75 out of 100. Uh had just has a lot of green. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do it again for sure because it was definitely good to shake it up and I'm still in the early phases, but I know that I'll be able to get a good meal going out of that.
So you just got oysters last week, right? Or did you get
Yeah,
mussels
this was
too?
on Friday night. No, I didn't end up getting mussels, so I'm
Okay, so
also looking to try mussels.
is mussels next week or this week?
I wasn't able to find them. I don't.
Oh,
They didn't seem to have. I was looking for frozen mussels, but just could not find what I was looking for.
and you just went to Kroger, right? Or did you go to like
Yeah, I
in
just went to
Ohio?
Kroger.
Okay,
No,
it says they
nothing else
have them.
going on.
Tomato and garlic mussels.
Yeah, I just was looking in the wrong spot or something, but I could not find it. I was looking at
If
the
you,
frozen section. Does it say frozen section?
I think it's frozen.
All right, guess how much I saved on my bill.
How much was it total? I got that does matter.
Okay. Well, no, I just want to fly. I
Okay,
actually did
fine,
not do
fine.
too good. I think
I'm
you
gonna
did much better savings than I
I'm gonna
did.
guess you
You remember
saved,
when we were having our savings off?
dude. Yeah,
You had a pretty good. I forget what it was. Do you have that saved still?
no, I
Okay.
do not.
Anyways, go ahead. Guess.
I'm gonna guess you saved 1439.
1916.
1916?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with
Whoa,
that.
that
So
is really good.
the bill was 227.41.
Wow. Good for you, man. 20
Mm-hmm.
bucks. That's what I like. I wish I shopped at Trader Joe's because I'm sure the food is better, but prices at Kroger, you cannot beat.
Can't beat him. I think Kroger. I mean, yeah, it's good. I used to in Kansas City though. I loved going to Hen House. It was a little bit more expensive, but they had these cookies that are so good. Oh my gosh, were they good? So, oh,
Was it,
I'm
do
I want to go back to Kansas City
you remember what they
and
were called?
buy so many of those. No, they were just the Hen House Bakery cookies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh
And
man, dude.
they were, sugar cookies with some icing on top. Oh my God, they were so good. They were so good. And I
I'm
got
looking
them
at
every time. It was one of those things where it's like I don't even care if I'm being naughty here. I'm getting them. I want to be naughty with these cookies because they are that good.
Oh, they do look good.
Oh, you're
Oh
looking at them
man.
right now?
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, everyone, look them up. If you're
Dude,
in Kansas City, go get them.
this is a big list. We're getting listeners really into what we're doing. I like this episode.
And they have to be uh the sugar cookies with frosting.
Okay.
And they're not the generic, whatever those are called. The controversial ones that have the good frosting but the
Oh,
bad
those. Yep,
cake.
yep. Toll House, I think. No, those aren't
Yeah,
Toll House. Are they Toll House? Hang
right?
on.
Something. Cakes and cookies. If you can look them up, I'm not seeing them, but Zach will send me the link and I'll post it in the
Yeah.
community chat. How about that?
Soft
Send me the link.
Loft House or Loft House cookies.
Loft House. Should I
Um,
Instacart? Should I Instacart these? Make them drive all the way across the country?
yes. If they're that good, why not, man?
Wait, did you have the link? Because I want to post it on the community chat. So send it to me. So if
I'll send it to you.
ladies and gentlemen, I may or may not send the link. We're going to try to get it out. Okay. Anyways, that is the last of it.
Yeah, that's all I got for you. Great talking to you again.
Yep.
Um, I gotta go. I gotta go to Run Club.
Yep.
So
Have fun. Have fun at Run Club. I'm gonna have some din din and go Lions.
go Lions. Hey, Monday Night Football. Big
Monday
game
Night
tonight.
Football. Big game. I'll live tweet it off of oh wait, first touchdown scorer. Who you betting? In because I re-download the sportsbook apps. I'll tell you who I
Mhm.
bet. Who are you thinking?
Montgomery.
Okay. They gave him plus 500. So he was the best odds for first touchdown score. I took Laporta at plus 1100.
Laporta.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm gonna
That's
I'm gonna
crazy.
predict that they're gonna get him early. I just liked the odds. I loved that plus sign. That plus 1100 seemed really
Hmm.
tasty. So I went for it. I also said anytime touchdown scorer Jameson Williams. Or excuse me, no, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shout out Ned.
Oh, I mean, of course. That's an easy one. Hasn't been great this year, but last year that was a lock every week.
Right. That was a total lock. So, but it's the Seahawks. It's
Yep.
Detroit versus the Seahawks. There's gonna be
Hmm.
points galore in this thing. So
Yep.
I'm anticipating that Amon-Ra is gonna be a beneficiary of that. But whatever Ned says in the chat tonight, does he usually do Monday night first time touchdown score or just Thursday night
I
first
think it's
touchdown
just
score?
Thursday.
Okay, so if he does do a first touchdown, I'm gonna ride with it, whatever he says. So,
Okay.
anyways, okay, that was my last bet. Go Lions. See you, Zach. Have a great evening. Have fun at Run Club,
You
and
too,
we'll
man.
talk to everyone next week.
Bye.
Bye.